Hey there internets, I'm Michael and this is Toucan Play That Game with my first impressions on Isle of Skye from Chieftain to King by Mayfair Games. So what is the game? Well, it's all set about building your island in Scotland to have basically the best holdings so that you become king. The way this all works is it's a tile placement game. You'll draw tiles out of a bag and you then put those in front of your screen, and behind your screen you have your money, and you're saying, okay, well, I'm going to axe this tile so that gets removed from the game, and I'm going to set the price on this one at this amount, the price on this one at this amount, and I'm going to save this amount of money to buy. So it might be 1, 2 and 3, for example, or whatever. The more expensive you make a tile, the more money you'll get if someone else chooses to buy it, and also potentially the less likely someone is to buy it because of it costing more. Obviously, if you spend all your money on your tiles, you don't then have money to spend on other tiles. So there's very much a balancing your income here. And you can improve your income by some of the tiles you buy. We'll have barrels that give you money, and they're on roads. And if you have your roads connected to your castle, then that generates you money. You don't have to connect your roads though. This is one thing that will probably trip up a lot of people, especially people used to playing Carcassonne. Your roads do not need to connect. When you are placing your tiles, all that needs to connect is different terrain types. So, you know, mountain to mountain, water to water, grass to grass. That's it. If it comes to a road hitting a dead end, that's fine. Although it will, as I said, affect your income. So you do your blind bidding, everyone reveals, you get rid of the tiles that have been axed, and then you start with the first player and they go, right, well, I've got this amount to buy, I'll buy your tile over there for that amount. They give that person the money and they take the tile. You'll go around like this till everyone has had a chance to buy one tile, and you can only buy one tile. Now, if at the end of all of this, once everyone's done their buying, you still have tiles in front of you, you get those. You lose your money goes back into the bank, but you get the tiles, so you paid that amount for the tile. Obviously, if someone buys the tile, you get your money back plus what they paid for it, which is the same. So you double your money, but you don't get the tile. So it's kind of balancing this needing to get the tiles and needing not to. Now, the whole reason you're trying to get these tiles is in the middle of the board is objectives for the different rounds. And there's 5 rounds, I think. Is it 5 rounds or 5 objectives? I think it's 5 rounds, 4 objectives. Each objective features in 3 different rounds. So there's different objectives for each of the round. And that might be things like having a certain number of sheep, having complete areas that are enclosed, having certain types of buildings, having boats, having, you know, there's all these different ones. I think there's 16 in the game. As I say, you're only using like 4 each game. So there's a lot of variation there in the ones that you're using and the combination of ones that you're using and how it will differ for, right, at the beginning of the game I need to have this, the end of the game I need to have this, etc. Means that there's a lot of replay value there. And obviously it means that as the game progresses, you might go, okay, well, everyone else is going to be buying up and making these sheep expensive right now because sheep are what's going to score right now. So what I'm going to do is take the stuff that's cheap for later in the game that will benefit me then. So there's a lot of interesting things going on, and I can see why this has been nominated for the Kennespiel de Jahres. It is definitely in that family genre. In fact, when I was playing this at the UK Games Expo, I was playing with a lovely family who were great fun to play with, really good sports about the game and learning the game, and it was good. So it's quite simple to pick up, but with depth there in the strategies and the different things you can do. It's not a heavy game, but it is a heavier family game. So it is that kind of Kennespiel area that they tend to go for. And so I think it stands a very good chance this year. But it's up against some very tough competition, so who knows. So back to what did I think of it? Well, As I say, it was very fun, it was very enjoyable. I probably won't run out and get it though. I didn't come away going, I want to play that again. It was very much, yeah, that was good, I enjoyed that. If someone had it, I'd play it again. But I think some people will absolutely love it and will rush out and buy it. I think that whole bidding mechanism with the blind bidding, auctioning type thing worked very nicely. You didn't know what was going to be what, and it would work even for 2 players, which is good. A lot of the time this kind of mechanic just falls flat for 2 players. I will say I think it will be better with the more players the better for this game, because then there's more tiles out to pick from, more different prices, and in general the game will be better with more people. But it was a fun game. The mechanic of how you then place your tiles. So you're getting your tiles, but you don't place them immediately. You wait till the end of the round. Once you know if you're going to have the ones, any that you've bought, plus any that you still have in front of you that you've bought. And then you can rearrange these. But once you've put them down for that turn, that's it. You can't move them at a later turn. I found that worked nicely, that it wasn't you were buying just one at a time, placing it. You did have the opportunity to kind of go, oh, well, I can instantly build to this thing by doing this. So there was a lot going on in this game for the level of game it is. Good fun, good family weight game. If you want something just slightly more complicated than the Spiel des Jahres type games tend to be, this is a fantastic one for you to look into. Okay, that is my thoughts. I do hope that you found it useful. If you have, please do check out the rest of the videos on the channel, as well as subscribing to the channel and sharing it with your friends and family. And do also take a look at us on social media. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter. And as always, thanks for watching and bye for now.